Hello everyone, welcome back to one of my watch reviews. So in today's hands-on review, I'll be taking a look at the new Apollo from Hong Kong watch microbrand Phoibos. Now the Phoibos Apollo here is the brand's latest dive offering and the only one I think to date and the first to be made of titanium. Titanium dive watches aren't exactly uncommon nowadays, but they still remain relatively rare at this affordable sub 500 Singapore dollars, about 300 USD price point. So let's see if this affordable Apollo is any good. Now, as expected from the brand, the Phoibos Apollo actually the specs really punch above the price point. So let me bring this closer to the camera. Firstly, it uses a flat sapphire crystal. So as aforementioned numerous times in my previous reviews, I really love sapphire crystal due to the inherent scratch resisting properties, right? So personally, I always look for sapphire crystal in my modern watches. So here, you don't worry about it being scratched or whatsoever. It's a very robust crystal. The sapphire crystal here also comes with 3 layers of anti-reflective coating, so don't worry about getting any reflections when taking photos or in this case a video, right? I mean, if you tilt it a bit, there needs to be a reflection, but heads-on legibility is clear. Now, being a bona fide, dive watch with a screw-down crown and a screw-down case back, it has a water resistance rating of 200 meters, so you can swim or dive with it on without worries. Now, inside, beating inside, you can't really see the movement because it's a solid case back, but beating inside is the Seiko NH85 movement, which is some of the most ubiquitous and workhorse movement you can get at this price point. Some of the specs, 3 Hz, bit rate, 42 hours of power reserve, 24 joules and hex. At the sub 500 Singapore dollar price point, I would say that the Seiko NH85 movement is solid as they come. But of course, I think a key draw of the Apollo is definitely its titanium case and bracelet. So over here, the case, the bracelet, the bezel, the crown, and even at the back, the buckle of the watch, basically the entire watch is crafted out of aerospace titanium, or I think what industry experts would call grade 5 titanium. So this is also treated with HV800 anti-scratch coating. The result is a watch that is 30% lighter and about 5 times as hard as regular 316L stainless steel. So in other words, because of its all titanium as well as the anti-scratch coating, it is an immensely robust watch. Now, although light due to it being made from titanium, the bracelet actually feels solid and well made. It does a single fold over clap, so you pop it open like this, you open it. So it's a single fold, you secure it, and then you have the claps to fasten it in place. But it really works very well, and it's comfortable on the wrist. Now the lume on the Apollo is also quite strong. Let me pop out a lume shot. That's due to the 15 layers of superluminous BGW9 as well as old radium muse, which gives you a nice cool two-tone look, with the BGW9 lume having a slightly more bluish hue. If you love lume, you definitely won't be disappointed. Now let's move on to the design of the watch. Admittedly, I would say the design of the Apollo is a bit more unconventional. So like the name suggests, Apollo, right? The design heavily references space exploration. So there's actually a sandwich dial here, with your rocket shape indices and hands. The tip of the, bring closer to the camera, the tip of the rocket indices, as well as the indices at 6, 9 and 12 on top are sunken in, making this effectively a sandwich dial, which results in a dial that has a lot of depth. The minutes hand here is galvanized as well, which provides a nice juxtaposition to the hour hand. However, I suspect that the amount of faux patina used will likely be a deal breaker to some. And I don't know if you guys can see up close, the dial has it's not a matte black dial, it has a granular texture that's reminiscent of the moon's surface. So overall, I would say the dial of the Phoibos Apollo has both depth and texture, but I'm not quite sure I'm that much of a fan of the heavy-handed references to space exploration, which continues actually at the back. So as you guys can see, it's sort of like a simple artwork of what it looks like an astronaut strapped onto a rocket. It's a cute touch, but one that may seem too much, all things considered. Now, being a dive watch, the Apollo has a 120 click, unidirectional bezel, so you can hear, it rotates very nicely. It's relatively easy to rotate, and there's little to no play, so it's secured very nicely. The bezel insert itself is made from titanium, and it's a brushed DLC titanium insert. Alright, let me do a slow wrist roll. Okay, so with a diameter of 42mm and a lug-to-lug length of 48mm, the Apollo wears fairly well on my 7-inch wrist. It's not petite by any means, but it's not overly large either. I would say it's fairly slim actually for a dive watch, which you should know only just a 12.5mm thick. In many senses, it's like the Goldilocks of dive watch sizing, and I like it. So overall, I would say that the Apollo has like a love your hate it design. If you're a fan of space exploration, you might appreciate the various space theme design elements. However, the watch may be too quirky, I guess, for those with more conventional tastes. But nevertheless, you must applaud Phoibos for trying to offer a different look, right? Most microbrand dive watches, especially at this affordable segment, are all crafted out of the same design mode. That is to say, Submariner homages. Phoibos took the road less taken here, and that's admirable. For those looking for even quirkier designs, the Apollo actually comes in multiple colorways. I think there's a baby blue dial one as well, which looks like great fun on the wrist. So ultimately, it being the specs most that it is, and it having an unconventional design, if you're looking for a robust titanium everyday beater watch for like less than $500 Singapore dollars or about 365 USD, I think about thereabouts, the Phoibos Apollo is pretty hard to beat. So those interested in purchasing, the Apollo can use the promo code WASOSHOK to enjoy 10% off all products from Phoibos web store. After the promo code, this watch, the Apollo, available in multiple colorways, will cost just 360 USD or about 485 Singapore dollars, which I would say is relatively little money for a lot of watch. Alright, so that's it for today's review. If you like the review, do subscribe to the channel, to leave a like, to share around, and as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!